Much love and light to JJ and Tylee. Hey, family. Thank you for taking the time to check in. Happy weekend to you. Happy Friday. I pray all is well. I'm doing a quick reading on Lori Valor and Chad Daybell. I'm not going to really go all into the details about this case. Just Google their names, okay? I've done readings on this before when it comes to, you know, what happened to her children, all right? I will say this briefly. That I think they had been missing for 10 months, and they were found in 2019. I think it was in September, I believe, but it was found, 10 months later, deceased on the property of Lori Valor husband property, okay, behind his house. And so anyway, both of them have been arrested as well as serving time. Well, they're not serving time, but they have been charged. Let me just say that, and they're in court. And yes, I knew it was going to happen. She's going to start telling on him, and he will start telling on her. So they're pretty much at odds right now. Both of them trying to save their ass, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I knew that was going to happen when the pressure started to get to both of them. So anyway, with this reading right here, family, I'm pretty much just gonna be led by the spirit. Whatever you see and hear in this reading, we know it's not facts. We know it's allegedly, but I am led by the spirit. Um, I don't know. I just felt the need to just do this reading. It's more like an update reading. But anyway, in this reading right here, I'm just setting my attentions on, you know, in the present. What are, Chad thoughts? Here they are. Here are the two couples. All right. Here are the two couples. What are Chad thoughts when it comes to Lori? Okay, in the present, and what are his thoughts about her? And as well as what are her thoughts about him in the present? Okay. And I also want to know what are those shadow aspects of Chad and Lori, okay, concerning this case. Rest in peace to JJ and Tylee, okay? All right, family, let me go ahead and get started with this reading. Oh yeah, and I also want to know, would there be justice? Okay, will both of them serve time? Okay, it won't bring JJ and Tylee back, no, but still, would they get some form of justice? Will these two, get the guilty verdict? Only time will tell. I want to start off using this deck right here. This is the Divine Chalice of Oracle. Shout out to Divine Vision. First, I want to start off. I'm going to be looking at Lori, and I want to know what are those shadow aspects of her husband, Chad. I don't even know if they still married. I wanted to get a divorce while they was since they been incarcerated. But anyway, it takes time for that. But anyway, I want to know what are her thoughts. I mean, how does she view him? Okay, that's pretty much what I want to know. How does Lori view Chad? Okay, so that's the answer that I'm seeking in the present. In the present. Divine Spirit, loving truth and light, seeking clarity. How does Lori Valor views Chad Daybell? How does Lori Valor view Chad Daybell? At the head, we have secretive. Okay, at the head. And take notes, family. Okay, take notes. Cause I'm gonna be moving real fast. Okay. So I asked the question, how does Lori views Chad? Okay, in the present. At the head, I got secretive. He's full of grief. He has addictions. I wonder what kind of addictions. He is domineering. Okay, so she sees him as a control freak, likes to take charge and control of everything. She sees he as being humiliated. Humiliation. She sees him as being numb. She sees him as defiance. Temptation. That's interesting for secretive and temptation to come out at the same time. Interesting. Temptation. So she see him as being tempted. Okay. Hostility. Towards who? Vindictive. Awkward. And full of rage. So not only you can say, is this how Lori sees him like in the present? Okay. These can be some of the characteristics, those shadow aspects of Chad that Lori has seen, okay, due to the fact she has been around him, okay, those dark aspects, characteristic of his, okay, that she has seen. So anyway, let's continue. I'm gonna put this back in the deck. Let me shuffle one good time to mix it up. All right, Divine Spirit, loving truth and light, seeking clarity. How does Chad views Lori? Those shadow aspects of hers that he have seen and has encountered. What are those shadow aspects of Lori's that Chad knows about? Hmm, interesting. Okay, at the head, I got the word trauma. Interesting. He sees that she carries burdens. He sees she can be quite, well, I'm just going to read it, jealousy. It has here drug. Now, I'm not sure if she has dibble and dabble in drugs or this is pertaining to her children, were her children drugged. But that's interesting for this to come out right here. And don't worry, I'm definitely gonna go back and I want to know those shadow aspects when it comes to Lorie. Due to the fact that her children, you know, were murdered. What was her involvement in it? I'm gonna be using the shadow deck to see what comes out. Okay, but anyway, drugs, ghosting. He see her as not being reliable. Okay, no call, no show. Yeah, unreliable, ghosting. Definitely not reliable now. Okay, because it's every man for themselves right now. I'm sure she see him as the one that that's involved. As far as trying to portray him being the one that's involved in the murder of her children, and he probably said, "Oh no, 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 it ain't me. It's Lorie." But anyway, the word drunk came out. So I don't know if Lorie drinks. Okay, 'cause I have really been keeping up with this case. All right, but behind the scene that she drinks, I don't know. The word drunk came out. Full of hostility, aloof, and that someone is very distant. Interesting. Entanglement. So he sees Lorie, as far as his relationship with her, as entanglement. That's a complicated, difficult relationship that can be quite toxic. Interesting. And also with entanglement, you know, cheating can play a factor too, unbeknownst to one or the other. But anyway, this speaks about a complicated, difficult relationship that can be quite toxic. He see her being vindictive, awkward. That's interesting how both of them, allegedly, this comes out as far as how they see each other, awkward, and humiliation. So not only does she see him being experiencing humiliation, but he also see her experiencing humiliation. And this is really stands out to me. I'm really wondering what this means right here. Allegedly, does he like see her as like as someone who is experiencing trauma due to the fact that her children are no longer around, or did she create some kind of trauma to someone? Anyway, let's continue. Or was she the one that was causing the trauma, if you know what I mean? Okay, let me. Divine spirit of love and truth and light, seeking clarity on Lorie Daybell. Well, let me just say Lorie Valor. On Lorie Valor. What are is was Lorie involved in her children's death? Can you show me those shadow aspects of Lorie as far as whether she was involved in her children's death? Give me, show me some clues, keywords to let me know what part did she play in her children's death, the murder of her children. I see those things darkening into the marvelous light. What part did Lorie play in her children's murder, in their death? Seeking clarity. What were those shadow aspects of Lorie that she played? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you. This Spirit be on it. The spirit be on it. Thank you, Spirit. Mm. So you hear what I said, okay? I was seeking clarity. I wanted to know what part did Lorie play in the murdering, in the death, shall I say, of her children. What were those shadow aspects that she was doing, okay, as far as her part. This what came out. Certain key words came right back out, family. At the head, drug. Now, if I can remember, because it's been a while back, I believe both of her children were found in the back of her husband' property, his home, on his land property, buried. Okay. I can't remember. Many of you can, correct me. Was I When it comes to the autopsy, what I want to know is was any of those children drugged, especially JJ? Was he drugged? I'm just curious about that. But anyway, the word drugged came out. Okay, it's either someone doing drugs or someone was drugged. Okay. Next, we have trauma. It came right back out. I was wondering, was this about her as far as was, uh, I was thinking those shadow aspects as far as, what did, how does Chad view, Lorie, or maybe what he knows about Lorie, shall I say? And the word trauma came out. I thought this may could be her as far as experiencing, emotional trauma due to the fact that her children are no longer, here. They are deceased. But this came out. I want to know the part that she played. It says trauma. Okay? So she did play a part, all right, in the death of her children due to the fact that they had experienced trauma, okay, due to their death. So anyway, the word trauma came back out. And this is interesting. Jealousy. Why would jealousy come out when it comes to her children? Mmm. Selfishness. I did pick up on Lorie thought it was all about her. She was in her own little world. Me. It's all about me. And I don't want to share, my happiness with anybody else. It's all about me. Selfishness came out. Denial. According to the spirit, she's in denial about what has transpired when it comes to her children. Ego bound. And yes, she is carrying burdens. Disagreeable. Fearful. So this is definitely someone that's in the know. Please know that. All right. This is definitely someone that's in the know. Fearful. Betrayal. So when I get the word betrayal, that's pretty much the individual. Okay. I want to know what part that she plays in the death of her children. Betrayal. Mm. Callous. Someone who's showing no emotion. It's kind of like she had like a disconnection with her children, you know, um, like the normal bond a parent have with their children. What I'm sensing with Lorie, it's like she was withdrawn, and the key word, the word disconnection is popping up in my spirit. But anyway, this is someone right here that showing no kind of showing no kind of emotion, okay? Insensitive to others' feelings. And victim. And let me be the judge when it comes to this word. What part that she plays in her children. I mean, this is quite thick. Out of all the words that came out, this came out. Okay? This came out. Her children were the victim of her actions as well. Let me shuffle. Divine Spirit of Loving Truth and Light, seeking clarity on Chad Daybell. What part did Chad Daybell play in the death of Lorie, Valid children, Kylie and JJ? Death. What part did Chad Daybell play in the murdering death of JJ and Tylee? Ooh, I get it. It seemed like the person. It's like, to me, he was a mask. He's one way. He's one way around. A certain group of people. Because he was a part of. He was this leader of this organization, right? So it seemed like, when he's in the public, he wearing a smile. This is the person you would see in public, and behind the scene, he's someone that just like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what I gets with him. Okay, hold on. I dropped the card. Okay, so look what came out. See this? Look, aggression, explosive. This one who's going from 1 to 10. Okay, look at that. He's easily to get upset. That's the point I'm trying to make. Someone who's easily to get upset and go from, coming off looking sweet to just this, behind the scenes. Someone you got to kind of like tiptoe around. You know what I'm saying? To keep from upsetting them. That's what I gets with him. Mm. Now I see why the word secretive and the word deception and the word entanglement came out. Now I see. Okay, yeah. The first word is explosive. Okay. Pretty much a ticky time bomb. Okay. Someone go from 1 to 10. Easily get upset. Full of aggression. Evasive. Wow. Avoid commitment. But he's married to her. And notice we saw in her spread, we saw the word jealousy. So obviously, he probably a womanizer. Just saying, allegedly. It's someone who avoids commitment. So he has like wandering eyes. Complacency. This is someone who's unaware of danger. But the thing is, he's alive. He's around. They are not. So I'm sure, that JJ and Tylee was probably in an environment they were unaware of danger. Okay? Before the unthinkable happened. This is complacency. Someone who's unaware of danger. Antagonists. Someone showing hostility. Okay. Drowning. Now that's interesting for the word drowning to come out. I think about someone who's feeling overwhelmed, emotional, drowning in their emotions. Or you can say possibly someone could have drowned. Okay. But anyway, the word drowning is coming out for whatever reason. Disrespectful. You can say behind the scenes he was being very disrespectful towards Lori's children, or he could have thought, or he could have in his mind thinking that one of her children was being disrespectful towards him. Okay, but anyway, the word disrespectful is coming out, and we have here bully. Yeah, abuse of authority. That's what popped up in my spirit. Being a bully, abusing his authority. All right, that's a parental figure anyway. Authority, being a bully. Desperation, internalizing, taking things in. Drain, feeling emotionally drained for whatever reason. And this is interesting right here, lustful. Why would this come out in the spread? It's about these children. And yes, also about, Lori and her husband, you know, as far as, me seeking clarity about their involvement in these children's, death. But why would lustful come out? Was he lusting over her children? Over, allegedly over Tylee behind the scenes? Was his eyes wandering when it comes to her children or one of them? I just thought this was interesting right here. So the word lustful came out. I wanted to what was his involvement when it comes to the children. This came out. So I mean, if he didn't have wandering eyes for both of them, it looked like he had wandering eyes for one of them. That's interesting, lustful. And we did see the word addictions. That's someone that can be addicted to drugs, alcohol, sex addiction. Okay, addiction is addiction. Mm. I gotta go there, family. I mean, and this is on the back. The word dark. So we dealing with a dark individual, and also these children were in the dark because they were buried in the ground. Okay, dark. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm just curious. I want to know what were those shadow aspects of Chad when it comes to Lori's daughter, Tylee. Okay? I'm going there. Divine Spirit, I would you like seeking clarity on Chad, Daybell? What are those shadow aspects of Chad, Daybell when it comes to Lori's daughter, Tylee? I see those things in dark and to the marvelous light. one. Mm. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Temptation. That's at the head. Next, look at that. Secretive. Oh, yeah. And in denial. Make sure this is right. Yeah. Turn this over. Mm. I let me you be the judge, okay? I was seeking clarity about Chad. What were those shot aspects of Chad concerning the death of his wife at the time, Lorie, daughter, Tylee, okay? This is what came out. Temptation. Someone is being tempted. Temptation, okay? And that's never a good thing. Temptation. From that, being secretive. Mm-hmm. From that, in denial. From there, sabotage. According to the spirit, yes, he played a part in her death. He sabotaged her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Abandonment issues. Normally, when I get this card right here, normally this individual right here is a control freak, okay? But anyway, and domineering, and they did come out in his spread. Anyway, abandonment issues, disconnection. So it's like he didn't have a connection with her at all in the ways that matter, okay? In a uh, in the ways that matter when it comes to being a parent, even though he would have been the stepdad, the connection was not there, okay, in the ways that matter. Betrayal. Yeah, so he played a part in betrayal when it comes to Tylee. Betrayal. Domineering. Yep. Being a control freak. Trying to control Tylee. Addictions. Those addictions, and one of them was what? Lustful. Remember that? This is playing the part too, family. His so-called addiction, and well, what are these addictions? Is it drinking? And we did see the word drink, or was it drunk? We saw the word drunk and drug, but I think it came out in Lori's spread. But I don't know. I think the drunk came out in Chad's spread. I had to go back and watch the video again. But anyway, he has addictions, family, and they're very unhealthy. And the word lustful did come out. Okay. 'Cause I was like, why would lustful come out? Why would they come out? This is about children. Anyway, yeah. Mm-hmm. Brutality towards this young lady, towards this child. And look at that. Regret. Now he regret his actions. Ego bound. Normally I don't do this, but I'm going around one more time. I'm seeking clarity for each one. Clarity, clarity. Thank you. And behind it is helpless. When she was in his presence, Okay, she felt helpless. At the head, we have trauma. Same thing came out in Lori's spread, trauma. And behind it is temptation concerning Tylee. Hold up. Next, we have code. Behind it, we got secretive. So I would say Chad was coming out as a cold individual towards Tylee. Next, we have bias. And behind that, we have in denial. Next, we have rage. Okay? Behind that, we got sabotage. At the head, we have insecurities. And behind that, we got abandonment issues. Next, we have rejection. Wow, rejection? Chad, did you feel rejection towards Tylee? Behind that, we have disconnection. Next, we have anxiety. Behind that, we have betrayal. Next, we have depression. And behind it, we have domineering. Next, we have bitterness. And behind it, we have addictions. Next, we have doubtful. And behind it, we have brutality. Next, we have guilt. And behind that, we have regret. And we have deception. And behind that, we have ego bound. These are the shadow aspects that I'm getting when it comes to Chad and the part that he played in Kylie, okay, death, okay? These are those dark shadow aspects of Chad when it comes to Tylee, okay? And I'm only doing it because I saw the word lustful, okay? So that's why I decided to do this spread right here. Like I said, Chad is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He one way in the public and behind the closed doors, he a whole nother entity, shall I say. Or shall I say Joker. Mm-mm. And the only reason, even though I feel like both of them are guilty, to tell you the truth, because I am picking up on partnership alliance, okay? The mom, she's not all that innocent, okay? She was with him, and she could have prevented this, okay? She could have prevented it. She was going with the flow. But anyway, um, the only reason I'm looking at him more because I saw the word lustful come out, and I'm trying to think, well, why would that come out when it comes to these children? Okay, real quick, I want to know what are those shadow aspects when it comes to Chad involvement with JJ. Divine Spirit, Love and Truth and Light. One of those shadow aspects that Chad Daybell played in JJ Death. This failed. That's envy. Why would you be envious of a child? Mm. Also, another card had fallen. I mean, well, it flipped it over, and I do acknowledge cards when they flip over. Hold on, family. I know I saw a card that had flipped over. I thought I did. Hold on. I guess I didn't. Let me see. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. I thought I saw a card that had flipped on the back side, but I guess I didn't. Sometimes it happens. Okay, let's continue. Don't worry, I'm gonna go around twice. At the head, I have envy, being envy of a child. I guess you feel like her son was taking up too much of attention from him when it comes to the mom. Who knows? Next, I have conflicted. Next, I have heartbroken. Next, I have emotional blackmail. Next, I have grief. And good old drug. Good old drug. And you know what? I forgot how it's been a while, family, and really I don't really want to know to tell you the truth. But I think they said both children were buried, I believe. But the autopsy findings, I forgot what they said about each, you know, child. But I wonder was the baby boy drugged? But anyway, drug is popping up. Insecurities, withdrawing, being secretive, even with this child, cold. Yep, Chad, you are a cold individual. Temptation. There go temptation again. It's coming out even this spread when it comes to JJ. Mm. Trauma. Wow. On both spreads, on both child trauma. You know what? I'm starting to wonder with, and this is a legend. Excuse me, this is allegedly now, but I'm starting to wonder with Chad. Um, due to his, addiction, was one of them like a sex addiction? I'm starting to wonder, did he have a fetish, for temptation when it comes to being attracted to young people? Cause for these children to not be here, I'm starting to wonder, was he trying to shut them up? Due to what they know or what they could have, as far as revealed about him. I'm serious. Mm, crazy. So I look like, he took them out for that reason. trying to shut them up, silence them. Maybe due to maybe what was going on with one and scared the other one was going to tell it or something. But these children were silenced, family. They were silenced due to what they knew. Chad seemed like the type that, he be sit back saying, I didn't do anything, uh, Lori, was the one running the show. I was just following. I was just doing what she told me to do. I can picture him, talking like that. And look, underneath the card, look, helpless. Baby JJ felt helpless being in his presence. Mm. Okay. At the head, the key word is dark. Okay. Chad is a dark individual, and also he had JJ somewhere in the dark. Behind that is envy. I'm gonna go ahead and show both of them. Dark, and behind that was envy. Okay. Next, defensive, and behind that is conflicted. Next, manipulation, and behind that is heartbroken. Poor baby. Mm. Next, ego bound. Behind that is black emotional blackmail. Next, antisocial. Behind that is grief. Mm-mm. Next, brutality. Behind that is drug. Next, doubtful. Behind that is insecurities. Next, addictions. Behind that is withdrawn. So yeah, his addictions, Chad addictions played a part also in JJ's death. Bitterness. Behind that is secretive. Domineering, a control freak. Behind that, a cold individual. And see, that's the Chad behind the scenes, okay? When nobody is looking. That's the Chad that these children were encountering, okay? In their presence. Depression, temptation. In denial due to the part you took in trauma to these babies due to your part. Mm, 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 mm. All right, family. I just want to be the voice for the voiceless. Even though all of this is allegedly, family, I am led by the Spirit, and there is some truth in my reading. Please know that. Mm. the day, these children want their story told. Um, Let me see something. I want to know would there be justice? Divine Spirit, love and truth and light. Would there be justice for Kylie, for Tylee and JJ? I ain't even had time to even shuffle. Let me see what came out. Okay. The spirit says, be hopeful, family, okay? We can't, when it comes to the Most High God, divine timing, we have to have faith and believe that there shall be justice, okay? No matter how it looks, okay? Let's just have faith. Okay. This first card is upside down. And this is very sad, to tell you the truth. It's very, very, very sad. This is the shadow self card. Remember, I was using the shadow deck card that speaks to those shadow aspects of many of us. Really, some people shadow aspects are more severe than others. It's just those shadow aspects. I'm trying to break it down real quick. It's those shadow aspects that many of us have that we have not healed from. Okay, from childhood on up, whether it's due to trauma, you name it. Okay, many people choose to heal and own their shit and heal. Okay, and then many people choose to put a band-aid on it. Okay, they don't want to face it. You get it? Due to putting a band-aid on it with drugs, alcohol. You give them going to numb the pain, so they don't have to feel nor face their fears or their issues. Okay. Now this is the shadow self card. When this card is upward, this is someone who is facing their worst fears and they are owning their shit and they're facing their shadow self. Okay. They're facing their shadow self and their worst fears. This card is upside down. This is someone who is not facing their worst fears, nor their issues, nor their shadow self. Okay? So I let you be the judge who this can be. And the fact that, I have both of Chad and Lorie picture up here, for them to be owning their shit, shall I say, and excuse me for cussing, I'm just real passionate right now. It would be like this. They would be owning it, manning up, warming up, and telling the truth, okay? But they're both are just like the cards say, in their own little world, they're in denial, and they're not owning their truth, okay? They're not owning their worst fears as far as telling the truth and facing the consequences, okay? They're both like this, with their hands behind their back, throwing a rock and their hands behind their back. Okay, they're not facing their worst fears, nor their truth, nor their shadow selves. All right. The next card is patience. So right now, both of them are being very patient. Okay, they're waiting things out to see what's going to happen. Okay, so that's what this card speaks about. Being patient. It's like you got a little seed right there, and you just waiting for it to grow. As far as into whatever it means to Lorie or Chad. Okay, right now they're being very patient to see what's going to happen, the outcome. And yes, indeed, temptation definitely played a part in this scenario. We know this to be true because we've seen it in the spread. Okay? When it comes to Lori part as well as her husband Chad. And we definitely saw it in Chad when it comes to, those shadow aspects as far as his part when it comes to Tylee and JJ. Okay? Temptation played a part. He was tempted. Okay? As well as those addictions. Interesting. Look at this. This is someone who's on top of the world. They're not looking back. And that's a sad. This is very sad. This is someone who's not looking back, family. They're not looking back. They're moving forward. Okay? They're not looking back. They are moving forward. So this is the mindset that Lori has. Okay? She ready to get it over with so she can move on with her life. And it be about, Lori again, okay? Because we did see the keyword selfishness. Anyway, and also Chad is ready to move on too, okay? Put those things behind him and move forward, okay? So this is what they both want, new beginnings. Now you can say both of them are trying to be, both of them are feeling hopeful, okay? That could be the case, because we did see the word patient. Or you can look at this from the perspective of, source God, okay? The all there is, the all knowing is saying, be hopeful, my children. Have faith that justice will prevail for Tylee and JJ. Okay? So anyway, the key word is hope, family, okay? Let's stay hopeful no matter what. And that's what they're doing also. Okay? They believe they're going to beat this somehow. All right? We have here balance. I truly believe for this card to come out, the God of the universe is going to bring balance to the situation, okay? He's going to bring balance to the situation because Lori is not balanced. She's definitely unbalanced, okay? For her to take part in this unthinkable act, hideous act with her children, she's definitely unbalanced, okay? Mentally, she's checked out, okay? Anyway, and as well as Chad is unbalanced as well mentally because for him to take part in what he took part in, he's not balanced. But I truly believe the God of the universe, okay, the all-knowing, the Most High God's going to bring balance to this situation, okay? So have faith, family. Next is upside down. This is the destiny card. When this card is upward, this is someone who's getting their way. The God of the universe is granting their wishes, okay? This is someone who's feeling very lucky, okay? Like things are going their way. This is someone who's not feeling lucky, okay? They're not feeling very lucky at all. So let's pray this be the outcome, okay? That destiny will not be in their favor as far as them, being free. And I doubt that very seriously that they will get away with this. Destiny will not be on their side. And we have here this card is upside down. Yeah, rightfully so. This is memories of love, family. This is someone who is presently thinking about their loved one. Can you see they're at a vigilant? They're by the water, candlelight. They are presently thinking about their loved one. This individual, they're getting past this. Okay, this is an afterthought. Also, when I look at this card, when I do like missing, readings come to the missing, I think about someone that's dropping someone off, abandoning someone. Okay, that's what I think about when I get this card when it's upside down. Someone is dropping someone off, abandoning. I get tongue twisted. Abandoning them. Okay, so with that being said, yeah, this is more of an afterthought when it comes to these children. All right, it's not hitting her hard the way she may portray it to be hitting her. Okay, as far as like this. Okay, nah, she's getting past it. Okay, Miss Lori is ready to move forward on with her life. All right, putting those things behind her and moving forward. I'm gonna go around one more time. I'm gonna end this reading. Okay. Ooh. Now, this right here is due to everyone's own interpretation, okay? But anyway, um, this right here is upside down. This is spiritual strength. So you could say behind the scenes, had this card been upward, I would say, you know what? Lori and Chad are seeking spiritual strength. All right, they're calling their higher power to help them. According to the spirit, they need to. According to the spirit, they need to, but they're not doing this at all. Okay, I don't know what they're doing, family, but they're not doing this. Okay, and I see why, because the fact that this card right here is upside down, they're not even on their shit, because we did see the denial card. They're in denial. Okay, so anyway, next, upside down. Wow, this is the heart chakra card. It represents love and healing, but definitely love. Okay, this is someone saying, I love you. This is someone saying, I don't love. Laura, you don't love what? Chad, you don't love what? You don't love each other anymore. You both have fallen out of love with each other. Or you don't love the situation that you're in, that you're presently in. I hope this doesn't have anything to do with how you feel about your own children. But anyway, this is someone who's saying, I don't love. I'm sure the situation that they're in, they don't love that, okay? And also, they probably have fallen out of love with each other. Next, it's upside down. This is triumph and success, okay? That's interesting. This came up upside down, okay? I am believing that there will be triumph, okay? But everything's in the Most High God divine timing. But this is upside down. So it looks like, maybe these two are believing that they're going to be successful. Okay? Because this is someone who's moving forward. Okay? Remember, we saw the new beginning card. That's really what they want. They want to move forward, not look back. This is the one who's charging and moving ahead. This is someone that's still in stagnation. Okay? They ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. Okay? Yeah. Stuck. Still in stagnation. Yeah. Not moving forward. Next is upside down. This is material and spiritual prosperity. Okay? When this card is upward, you can say both Chad and Lori both have spiritual and material prosperity. Okay? This card speaks about changes, gain, and losses. Their card is upside down. So it looks like neither one of them are operating in spiritual prosperity, because there must be a balance. Okay, when it comes to material and spiritual prosperity, there must be a balance. There's a lack of balance here. Okay, it seems like they value things more than the spirit, if you know what I mean. Okay, greed, chasing the money. Okay, yeah, they're lacking spiritual prosperity. And when it comes to the gain, they're not gaining anything at all right now. They're behind bars. It has here rejoice and celebration. The only thing I could think of, family, that this would be the outcome for all of us, rejoicing and celebrating that these two will serve a long life sentence due to the hideous act of what they have done to the children. Okay? This is what I choose to believe. All right? Because this also represents someone that's rejoicing and celebrating. Okay? But rejoicing and celebrating about what? They're behind bars. Okay? So let's pray that the outcome, this would be for everyone who is praying, on behalf of these children, that they receive justice. Okay? Next is upside down. This is foundation and achievement. This is someone who's inspired by family. Okay? They are inspired by family. It's upside down. Next is upside down. This is moving on. Interesting. You look at this card right here. I think about someone that has a decision to make and they're thinking about moving on and they actually move on. Okay. They're actually, going about their business, leaving those things behind, moving forward. This individual was planning on moving on, but they changed their mind. Now, maybe this is what Chad and Lorie wants to do, move on. But for right now, no movement, no movement. They're both in stagnation, okay? Because they're right now behind bars. They're both in stagnation right now, so there is no moving on. But also, when I get this card upside down, it lets me know that if someone was thinking about moving on, they change their mind, okay? But that's not the case when it comes to this right here. This just lets me know no moving forward at this time, okay? There is no moving forward. Now, also, I can get that if someone was thinking about committing suicide, they change their mind as well, okay? I can also, because, you never know the thoughts a person have when they are behind bars. So, allegedly, if any of them were thinking about committing suicide, they change their mind as well, okay? So, it's pretty much how you look at it. And upside down, this is authority. Authority can be a parent background, cop, you name it, lawyer, security, military. You get what I'm going with this. But since this reading is about Lorie and Chad, they are parents. Okay, they have the background of a parent, being a parent figure. Okay, so this is someone who's exercising, you know, that authority as a parent. Okay, decent and in order, if you know what I mean. They're not abusing their power. Okay, you could say this is an authority figure who is abusing their power. Okay, they're not exercising their authority decent and in order in the ways that matter with the characteristic of authority figure. Okay, lack of authority figure, if you know what I mean. Okay. At the end of the day, family, when I saw the card hope, that spoke volumes to me. Let's stay hopeful that justice will prevail, and it will. It will. It takes time when it comes to the legal system, how they do things, okay? It's a process to it. I want to send much love and light to Tylee and JJ. May they rest in peace. May their eternal light forever burn brightly in the presence of the Most High God. And may Chad and his wacko wife, Lorie, get what's coming to them. Okay? May they get what's coming to them. They shall reap what they have sown. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I love you. Be safe. Have a wonderful weekend. And bye for now.